Hello, thank you for joining the MSAR pilot. This is the ERFO end user training. Today we will be covering part 2, using the mobile app. The ERFO end user training is comprised of 3 main parts. In part 1, we covered the overall MSAR overview and access. Part 2 covers using the mobile app, including how to create a DSR using the mobile app. And part 3 covers details on how to use the MSAR portal, which will include completing your DSR and submitting it for approval. In this section, we will be covering part 2, using the mobile app. Before we get too far, I want to share with you 3 different ways that you can get help with the MSAR application. The first way is to contact your supervisor. He or she has been trained on the use of MSAR and is also very familiar with the DSR process and how the MSAR application supports the process. Another way that you can get help is by accessing the MSAR support site. This is a public SharePoint site that lists FAQs, tips and tricks, and provides a wealth of information regarding the application. One of the benefits of this site is that it is the collaboration of multiple MSAR users that provide the information in the site. Please take a look when you get a chance. The last way that you can get help is to send an email to msarsupport@dot.gov. This email address will be used to provide any additional help, including resolve any technical issues that you might have. Next, I would like to cover the MSAR system overview. You might have seen this diagram in a previous video. This is the overall architecture of the application, and today we will be covering the mobile app, which basically comprises the mobile workforce, which are doing site inspections with their tablets and smartphones with the MSAR application loaded. Now, the application supports Apple and Android smartphones and tablets, but we also support Windows 8 tablets. In today's video, I will show you how to use the mobile application on an iPad, but it should be very similar on Android and Windows devices. Before we get too far, I want to go through a quick checklist of items that you must have complete in order to follow me during this exercise. The first thing is that you must have the application installed on your mobile device. You must have logged into the application within the last 60 days, and you must have internet access so that you can run the application for the first time. If you have answered no to any of the items above, please stop and go back and watch part 1, MSAR overview and access. In that video, you will get detailed instructions on how to access the application and how to get it installed on your mobile device. Let's go through and break out different pieces of the application itself. I would like to start with the main screen. The main screen in the mobile app is divided into 3 main sections. The first section is up at the top. It's a navy blue bar, and it's the menu bar. It might even look black on your device. The menu bar will change depending on what page or section of the application you have displayed. In this case, we have the main screen, And you will see a button to access the support page, and that provides a link to the SharePoint site that I mentioned earlier. It also has a button that'll display the terms of use. And finally, there is a button that allows you to log out of the application. Please keep in mind that if you log out of the application, you will need to log back in, and that will require internet access. So if you are out in the field with not very good cellular signal, I highly recommend that you do not click on the logout button. One of the reasons to have the logout button is if you're sharing an iPad or a mobile device with other users, then you can have multiple people log in to the device with their user IDs. If that is the case, then you will want to make sure that all of your data is on the server before you log out. The next section of the application provides you the opportunity to enter the default information for the DSRs that you are going to create. And this includes entering an event, selecting the county where you will be providing your site inspection, selecting the report type, which in this case is DSR, and then of course we have the Create Report button. The last section of the application allows you to get information on the reports that are saved on your device. There's text here that says the number of reports saved on the device. In this example, there are 0. And then you have a link to view those reports, and that's the View All link. And then the Upload All link will allow you to submit all of the reports that are saved on your device to the server. Please keep in mind that you will want to use a Wi-Fi signal if you click on the Upload All button. You might have a lot of pictures that need to be sent up to the server. The next step that you will do is you will enter the default information on the application. In this case, we will select an event, and then you will select a state, which it'll automatically be selected for you. You will select the county that's applicable to the sites that you are inspecting. Please keep in mind that the county is preceded by the Federal Identification Number, FIPS number. So you will see the list of counties that are affected by the particular disaster, and the number preceding that is the federal FIPS number for that county. If you do not see the county listed, please contact your supervisor to have that county added to the list. In this case, you will also need to select DSR for report, and then you're going to click on Create Report. Here's a sample cheat sheet on how to create a new DSR. In this case, the event that we will do is the Texas flooding, and the applicant is the Forest Service. There's a couple of fields that I want to highlight. The first field is called a report name. The naming convention is the FS road and then the number of the damaged site. So for example, if you are inspecting a site on FS Road 16, and this is the third damaged site on the road, the report name should be 16-3. Facility name will be the name of the road or trail that you're covering, and the facility number will be something like FM 1431. I do want to provide you some details on how to enter repair detail. During the initial damage assessment, you might want to enter one line item with the overall estimated cost. So for the particular repair, if you have three main work items, then you would enter three line items and you can do a lump sum as the unit and provide a high-level estimate. Once you get back to Wi-Fi, you will upload that report to the server, and then on the portal, you can break out the detail of the damage repairs, and then you can attach a spreadsheet or additional detail that breaks down the costs. So what we are asking for is while you're out in the field, just try to provide the best estimate that you can from a high-level perspective. So next, I would like to show you how we fill out the DSR, and I'm going to use my iPad mini. Let me bring my iPad mini to the screen. Okay, so this is the MSAR application displayed on my iPad. Let's go ahead and pick an event. Now the events that are displayed are really based on the agency and what agency I belong to. So there's two things to note. One is there an active event available for me to enter information? And the second thing is, am I associated with an agency that is entering an application for that event? In this case, I'm with the Forest Service, and I am entering damages for Texas flooding. When I select the event, the agency and the state are pre-populated. Next, I will need to enter the county. In this case, it's going to be Walker County. And then I'm going to select the report type, which is DSR. This will be the basic information that's added to all of the DSRs I create. If I change, for example, and in the middle of my inspection of my day, I cross over the county line into Montgomery County, then all I need to do is change the county, and as of that point in time, all the new DSRs will have the new county associated with it. So let's go ahead and create a report. This is the DSR form, and as you can see on the top section of the DSR, you have the screen title, which is the new DSR, and then on the right-hand side, you have the buttons, which are save, and that'll save the report to my local device. You have upload, and if you have cellular connection to the server, then you will be able to upload the report to the server. And then cancel will take me back to the main screen and will not save any changes. For sub-applicant, you will enter the unit name. In this case, it's Sam Houston National Forest. And for the report name, this is going to be FS, I'm sorry, it's 1375, and this is the fourth damaged site on the road. The inspection date is going to default to today. The Federal Lands Division is Central. The Congressional District is 8. The facility name is FS 1375. and it is a road. The milepost is 23. I really don't have an ADT at this time, but we can go ahead and enter the latitude and longitude for the specific site. And I can do this in two ways. If I have internet access, I can click on the Launch Map button, and that is going to provide me with a map of my location, and I can double click on the map, and that'll provide me the latitude and longitude. Otherwise, I can click on Use Device Coordinates, and that'll provide me the latitude and longitude that is set on my specific device. Now, if I do not have internet access, I will want to use the Use Device Coordinates because the map will not display. If you by any chance are using a device that does not have a full GPS chip in it, you might not be able to get these coordinates while you're out in the field and you don't have access to the internet or to cellular networks. That's okay, because when you get back to the office and you open this up in the portal, you will be able to use an interactive map to plot that location on the report. Next, I will want to fill out the facility data. So the travelway surface type is going to be asphalt. And then the thickness is 6 inches. And the width is 24 feet. And on my shoulder, I have gravel. And the shoulder thickness is 6 inches. And the width is 3 feet. I am currently not entering data for a bridge, so I can skip those fields. In the description and cause of damage, I need to enter information on what happened. So I can either enter it manually, or I can use the voice to text feature on my device by clicking on the microphone. Floodwaters caused a sinkhole 3 feet wide, 7 feet long on the northbound lane. In case you do not have that feature turned on your Apple device, let me show you how to get access to it. Click on the Home button and then click on Settings. On the General tab on the left-hand side, you will want to scroll down to the keyboards and then at the bottom you will see an option that says Enable Dictation. Make sure that that is turned on, so then you can get the voice to text feature that I showed you. To get back to the MSAR application, click twice on the Home button and then select the MSAR application. For scope of work, we will need to fill the sinkhole and replace the asphalt. Fill sinkhole and replace asphalt. Provide emergency closure for 3 weeks. In this case, I'm going to need to make a quick update, but for the most part, it was pretty accurate. Okay, so now that I have the summary description of the repair and the description of damage, let's go ahead and enter some photos. For photos, I am able to click on the camera button, and that is going to launch my camera, and I can click on the button and that it will add a thumbnail to my report. I'm also able to upload images from my gallery by clicking on the Browse button. Now, keep in mind that when I add photos from the gallery, those photos will get uploaded into the MSAR application on your mobile device, and then, once they're in the mobile device, they will be sent up to the server. There's a couple of things that I want to mention about the pictures. First is that we are managing the size of the pictures on the mobile app, which means that typically when you take pictures with your iPad or your smartphone, your pictures might be 5 megs in size, or even in some cases, 8 megs. We are taking those pictures and refining them so that they are about 1 meg in size. And we save those pictures in the MSAR application itself. So we're not saving any of these pictures in your gallery. You will not find them there. They're actually saved within the application in an encrypted, secure location. We are also embossing these pictures with the GPS coordinates and with the report number and the time and date that the picture was taken. All of this information will be sent up to the server along with the report when you decide to upload the report. Please keep in mind that when you are uploading information to the server, the data will go first, meaning the report itself, and then the pictures will happen after. Now, because we are limiting the size of the pictures, you are able to add as many pictures as you want to the report. Typically, we'll see between 5 and 20 pictures. And every picture you add will be added on screen as a thumbnail. Okay, so now I have 2 pictures. Then I need to add a repair. Now keep in mind that in order to upload the report to the server, you will need to add at least 1 repair detail on this report. In this case, I'm going to add a repair for the emergency closure. Emergency closure of road. This is a lump sum, and the unit price is $25,000, and quantity is 1. I click Save Repair to add it to my table. Next, I'm going to add the repair sinkhole. Repair sinkhole and asphalt. Asphalt. Yes. This is also going to be a lump sum, and the unit price of this is going to be $50,000, and a quantity of 1. Save repair. Now these items will be handled with a force account. I do not have any permanent restoration at this point to add with this report, so now I can click on Save to save the report on my local device. As you can see, The application has taken me to the Save Report screen, and I now have the first report. And if I click on the home screen, you can see that there is one report on this device, and I have the option to either view it or to upload all to the server. Now notice that the Upload All link is available on the main screen, but it's also available on the screen with your saved reports. In this case, I might need to go back and edit the report, in which case I can click on the pencil button to edit the report, and I can make any changes needed, and then I can click on Upload to upload that individual report to the server. Okay, I have now showed you how to create a DSR on the mobile app and how to submit it up to the server. There's a couple of things that I want to cover regarding submitting reports to the server. And the big question is, do I save them locally or do I upload them to the server? The first question is, do you have internet access? If the answer is no, obviously you will be saving everything to your local device. If you do have access to the internet, then the next question is, do you have a Wi-Fi signal or good cellular signal? If you are out in the field and you have 2 or 3 bars and the connection is intermittent, you will probably prefer to save everything locally until you get to a strong Wi-Fi signal, especially if you have a lot of pictures on the mobile app. Otherwise, if you do have a Wi-Fi signal or a good cellular signal, then you can go ahead and click on the Upload All to provide everything to the server. Now, if you're out in the field and you don't have good signal, you may need to upload individual reports that are critical. Then you can do so individually, like I just showed you, or, like I said, you can wait for Wi-Fi access and submit all the reports to the server at once. So this concludes Part 2 of the ERFO end user training. We have covered how to use the mobile app to submit a DSR to the portal, and in the next section, Part 3, we will cover how to finalize the report and submit it for approval. Thank you for watching this training.